Part 229. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 2281. Duguayajian was instantly stunned. That's it? Just leave it alone? Is there such a thing? Can it still work? This is clearly covering up. Duguayajian, the sword son of the Tianlang sword sex spirit sword force, clenched his teeth, and the veins on his forehead popped out. He needs justice. Deputy Palace Master. You are unfair. Deputy Palace Master. Did you take any benefits from Fang Fan? So you deliberately favored him. Deputy Palace Master. Snapped. Before Duguayajian, the swordsman of the Tianlang sword sex spirit sword force, could finish speaking, a big slap had already slapped him on the face. Li Mu, the sword venerable from the spirit sword faction of the Tianlang sword sect, flew over at lightning speed, and then slapped Duguayajian on the face with a big ear blower, making him shut up quickly. Sword venerable Li Mu's body trembled slightly, especially when Shui Wanren, the deputy master of the Guangming Academy who was walking in front of him, suddenly paused. His heart trembled subconsciously. This idiot really dares to say anything. That's the deputy palace master of Guangming Academy. It is a genuine demigod realm supreme existence. How many heads do you have, and you continue to clamor like this? Although there are ancestors in the demigod realm in their Tianlang sword sect, it doesn't mean they can offend demigods at will outside. What did you hit me for? Master Sword. Are you crazy? How dare you do this to me? My master is the sword master of the Tianlang sword sect. The eyes of Duguayajian, the sword son of the Tianlang sword sect spirit sword force, gradually showed some bloodshot eyes. He gritted his teeth at this moment, and the resentment on his face grew more and more. Being beaten one after another, the feeling of unhappiness in my heart is very vivid. He is the sword son of Tianlang sword school. He is also the direct disciple of the sword master. Status is evident. In the Tianlang sword sect, wouldn't the elders of the holy venerable realm respect him when they saw him? Why did it change when I arrived at Guangming Academy? Everything changed. Become strange to him, become hateful to him. Shut up. Even if the sword master is here today, I dare to slap you. No brains. I don't care how you fight with that Fang Fan, but you dare to be so presumptuous. What's going on in your head? Madness. Idiot. When Li Mu, the sword venerable of the spirit sword faction of the Tianlang sword school, spoke, his saliva directly covered the face of Duguayajian. So annoying. It can't be moved at all. I was just too excited. Who told you not to come and save me sooner? It's good that you're here now. Quickly, kill that Fang Fan. Aren't you the sword master? Aren't you unparalleled in combat power? Hurry up. This Fang Fan is right here. Duguayajian, the sword son of the Tianlang sword sex spirit sword force, pulled the arm of the sword venerable Li Mu, and then shouted excitedly. Stop embarrassing yourself here. Can you shut up? Now the consciousness of the deputy palace master is focusing on me. Once I make any changes, the deputy palace master will definitely turn back and attack me. Besides, that blood venerable from Fallen World Sanctuary Fallen World Palace has been staring at me. How should I do it? Can you use your brain before you speak in the future? How can you be such an idiot from the spirit sword force of my Tianlang sword sect? Li Mu, the sword venerable, sighed with hatred. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 2282. After listening to Li Mu, the venerable sword master, Duguayajian, the sword master of the Tianlang sword sex spirit sword faction, suddenly realized something. Looking at the severed arm that fell on the ground, and looking at his bloody wound, the indignation in his heart is as real as it is. He is not reconciled. He wants revenge. But how can we get revenge now? The whole person was dazed, his eyes shrank, his body trembled, and he had already fallen into an extremely aggrieved state. I must avenge this revenge. It's absolutely impossible to just let it go. Fang Fan. Fang Fan. Fang Fan. Duguayajian, the sword son of the Tianlang sword sex spirit sword force, clenched his teeth and showed a proud posture. Fang Fan strode ahead without taking it seriously. He just paused for a moment when he walked in front of the blood venerable of the fallen world sanctuary in the bloody robe. Thank you, senior, for your help. This junior is very grateful. While Fang Fan was talking, he immediately thanked him very sincerely. He, don't do these hypocritical things in front of this old man. The reason why the old man helped you is that you have blood in your bones. In the future, if you graduate from Guangming Academy, you can enter my fallen world palace. How about accepting you as a personal disciple? The fallen palace blood venerable in the sanctuary of the fallen world was talking, and then nodded silently. The smile on his face was vividly displayed. These are the most sincere words from the heart. As soon as the blood venerable said a word, there was a sound of gasping around. This Fang Fan's luck is too good, to be favored by venerable blood. Me, blood venerable is said to be difficult to match under the demigod realm, and he can be called an extremely strong man under the demigod realm. He might be promoted to the demigod realm at some point. Such a boss actually wants to accept Fang Fan as a direct disciple. I'm so jealous. Who isn't? Damn it, it's cool. It's so cool. Why don't I have such luck? What does this have to do with luck? It can only be said that they are really awesome. This is their method, understand? This is completely in the state of taking off. Personal disciples are not so easy to receive. The surrounding cultivators talked individually, and the excitement on their faces was beyond words, and it was difficult to express it in words at this moment. While speaking, their respective postures are vividly displayed. Fang Fan was also slightly surprised. In his memory, it seemed that this was the first time he had contact with this blood venerable. Before that, Fang Fan had never even heard of the existence of this person. Thank you for your attention, senior. Let's talk about the future. Perhaps when I graduated from Guangming Academy, I had already stepped into the demigod realm. Fang Fan said in a very subtle way. According to his cultivation speed, it feels like this possibility is not impossible. He has known it before. The school system of Guangming Academy is 40,000 years old. The Communist Party of Guangming Academy is divided into 4 grades, Tiandi Xianhuang, and each grade has a school system of 10,000 years. People like Fang Fan will enter the first grade of the Huang rank when they first enter, and Fang Fan will be a student of the Huang rank in the inner palace from now on. In 10,000 years, there will be many assessments. As long as you pass the assessment, you can be directly promoted to a higher level regardless of how long you have studied. This is the so-called skipping level. However, according to the normal situation, the phenomenon of skipping grades is not so obvious. Ordinary students may only have the opportunity to be promoted after practicing for 10,000 years. There are also many students who cannot be promoted to higher grades even after practicing for 10,000 years. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 2283. According to Fang Fan's estimation, if he really cultivated for tens of thousands of years, the demigod state would be just the starting point. It's just that Fang Fan said such words on this occasion, and instantly detonated the audience. Maybe when he graduated, he had stepped into the demigod realm. What does this mean? It means that after graduation, your cultivation level is even higher than that of Venerable Blood. Is it inappropriate for you to accept me as your disciple? Which of us will be the master for whom? I'm going, this guy is too crazy. Demigod. How easy is it to step into a demigod? You can be promoted to the demigod realm after graduation? Don't worry about being blown away. It's just, that's too arrogant. Wouldn't it be good to completely suspend all dissatisfied? I'm convinced, I'm completely convinced. That's it? It's really awesome. 666. Saying this in front of Venerable Blood, this guy is really not afraid of death. Pretending to be struck by lightning is too pretentious. Hey, isn't this punching Venerable Blood in the face? Damn it, why do I sound like I'm raising my spirits? Practitioners of my generation should have such boldness. If you don't even have this kind of boldness, why do you still practice? Blood Venerable is not insurmountable. Hey. Another tough guy. There are too many iron-headed babies, I can't manage them. Awesome, really awesome. Even dare to hit Venerable Blood in the face. How daring. Did you see that Blood Venerable's complexion has changed? There were shouts and shouts, and the number of melon-eating people gathered around also increased. What an awesome scene. This is very refreshing to watch and listen to. The melon seeds in my head are boiling. This excitement is difficult to express in words. The fallen palace Blood Venerable in the sanctuary of the fallen world exhaled foul air, and his complexion gradually recovered. Just now, I was really slapped in the face. The little guy in front of him is nothing more than a quasi-sacred realm. Where did he get such confidence? The key is that the tone of the speech is so calm, as if it is a matter of course. Newborn calves are not afraid of tigers. Do you really think it's easy to be promoted to a demigod? Blood Venerable. Fang Fan is looking down on you. He thinks you are not qualified to be his master. He doesn't look down on you, the Supreme Holy One. Blood Venerable, Fang Fan clearly means that he doesn't take you seriously. Blood Venerable, Fang Fan is trying to make you humiliate yourself. Duguayajian, a swordsman of the Tianlang Sword Sect's Spirit Sword Force, looked at the situation in front of him, and suddenly his eyes lit up, and he suddenly felt that he could do it. At this moment, various thoughts are gradually gathering in the melon seeds in the head, the expression of excitement is beyond words, and the expression of excitement is gradually showing on the face. This excitement is so real. These are the most sincere words from the heart. Duguayajian felt that such a good opportunity could not be let go. As long as the Blood Venerable's anger is aroused, Fang Fan might be wiped out with a single slap, so that he can avenge his vengeance. Snapped. A loud slap sounded. This slap did not fall on Fang Fan's face, but slapped Duguayajian firmly on the face. He was slapped by Sword Venerable Limu before, and the swelling on his face has not disappeared, and now he has been slapped again. Looking at it now, his face looks more and more like a pig's head. Just looking at it like this, it really has that meaning. He didn't understand why it happened like this. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 2284. This guy is purely asking for trouble, and he is also a classic example of shooting himself in the foot. Noisy. Get out of here. When is it your turn to point out the deity's affairs? What are you? Blood Venerable sneered coldly, and the voice exploded directly in Duguayajian's mind. Immediately, Duguayajian's ears gradually cracked, and strands of blood gradually flowed out from his ears. Duguayajian shuddered all over, the heart-piercing pain made him howl. He looked at Limu, the Venerable Sword, and thought that Limu, the Venerable Sword, stood up for him. Stupid. Sword Venerable Limu only said one word, and then strode away. He doesn't want to continue to take care of it. This guy is completely out of his mind. What did the sword master think in the first place to find such an idiot disciple? Sword Venerable Lemur shook his head. He didn't want to continue to toss about here anymore. It really means nothing. The matter has come to this point, it is useless to say more. After solving Duguayajian, Blood Venerable continued to focus on Fang Fan. You boy, you are really bloody. If someone else said that to the old man would have slapped him to death. Because I think they are deliberately talking nonsense to attract my attention. But your kid is different. You haven't felt any timidity from the beginning to the end, and you speak so confidently, you're really a freak. Okay. I'll just wait until you graduate from Guangming Academy, and see if you've been promoted to the demigod realm. If your kid is promoted to the demigod realm by then, and the old man is still stuck here and has not been promoted, then you will be my master. Ha ha ha. Blood Venerable smiled heartily, but he was not the kind of acrimonious person, and he spoke straightforwardly. For Fang Fan, the impression was very good. Who can say what will happen in the future? Senior, don't jump to conclusions. Fang Fan smiled wryly. He felt that this senior Blood Venerable might really be slapped in the face in the future. Fang Fan. We're waiting for you to arrive, and it's time to give out rewards. Seeing that Fang Fan and Venerable Blood were still talking, Shui Wanren, deputy head of Guangming Academy, couldn't help reminding him immediately, seeing that the conversation was not over yet. Come here, come here. Fang Fan nodded silently, and then strode out with a very real smile on his face. Fang Fan was the leader of the freshman assessment, and was directly rewarded with 1 billion low-grade star cores, 100,000 credits, and 100 hours of training time in the Tower of Light. The second place Nai Yan and the third place Li Yulai also have their own rewards. In addition, the soldiers and heroes of the major legions also have their own rewards. Among them, 30 heroes and legionnaires entered the top 100 in the freshman assessment, each rewarded with 10 million low-grade star cores and 1,000 credits. What's more, the remaining 70 or so legionnaires received the top 1,000 rewards, each rewarding 1 million low-rank star cores and 100 credits. As soon as the reward was awarded, Nai Yan and Li Yulai directly handed in the reward star core, and transferred the other credits directly. As for the training time of the Tower of Light, which was directly bound, it could not be transferred. For Nai Yan, Fang Fan is his lord, and everything he has is bestowed by the Lord, and the Lord will naturally make overall plans when he gets these resources, and his share will not be lost. Compared to Fairy Li Yulai, she has already fallen in love with Fang Fan at this moment, and the reason why she was able to be on the list of school tokens is because Fang Fan gave her nearly 20,000 school tokens. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 2285. Together with a group of heroes and legionnaires, this time almost more than 2 billion low-grade star cores have been harvested. In addition, there are more than 200,000 credits. According to the exchange rate within Guangming Academy, 1 credit can be directly exchanged for 10,000 low-grade star cores. More than 200,000 credits can be exchanged for more than 2 billion low-grade star cores in an instant. Of course, looking at it from a certain angle, exchanging credits directly for star cores is the least cost-effective thing. The star core is good, but there is still a big gap compared with the credits of the school, and the gap is even difficult to estimate with data. In Guangming Academy, the common unit of exchange is credits, not star cores. You need credits to go to the Gongfa Pavilion and the War Skills Pavilion to learn martial arts and combat skills. You need credits to ask a high-level instructor to guide you. You need credits to exchange weapons for pills. All in all, credits are the hard currency. If it is really necessary to exchange credits for star cores, I am afraid that countless people will force their heads to exchange 1 credit for 20,000 star cores. In this way, the more than 200,000 credits in my hand can be worth almost 5 billion star cores. Combining the original reward of more than 2 billion star cores, we have accumulated more than 7 billion low-grade star cores. It seems that the number is indeed quite a lot, but not enough, very not enough, too much difference. Fang Fan sighed, his eyes flickered intermittently as he spoke, his brows furrowed silently, and various thoughts in his heart gradually gathered. In order to allow the hell three-headed dog and the three of them to successfully overcome the tribulation, Fang Fan could borrow 300 top-grade star cores from Yan 11 to buy 3 Sanctuary Thunder Tribulation exemption cards. 1 high-grade star core is 100 million low-grade star cores. In other words, Fang Fan is still short of foreign debts of 30 billion low-grade star cores. Although the little girl Yan 11 never asked him for it, is Fang Fan the kind of person who owes money and doesn't pay it back? All aspects of force and momentum are there. Fang Fan's eyes flickered, thinking to himself, the expression on his face had some changes. At this moment, with this thought in my mind, I naturally think more. Fang Fan let out a mouthful of turbid air, and his eyes flashed rapidly. The awards ceremony is over. Then came some more trivial matters. Shui Wanren, the deputy head of the Guangming Academy, just simply explained a few words and then sat aside without moving. These things can be left to the people below. Hello everyone, I am the Dean of the God of War Academy, and my name is Gao Song. I hope you can practice quickly in the Guangming Academy and fight for my Guangming camp as soon as possible. This time, we will distribute relevant dormitories to you according to your names and serial numbers. You temporarily rest for 3 days. After 3 days, you need to gather in the Swifu Tower in the Swifu Square. At that time, we will divide the colleges and tutors for you according to your own demands and the comprehensive consideration of the school. Gao Song, the Dean of the God of War Academy of Guangming University, is a middle-aged man with good fortune. He has a round face and a magnificent body, but he doesn't look fat, just a bit majestic. After Gao Song, the Dean of the God of War student of Guangming Academy, finished speaking, there was a burst of discussion below. The noise continued, and the expressions on the faces of the examiners who had successfully entered the mansion also changed somewhat. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 2286. I must join the God of War Academy. Me too. Hey, I'm no exception. Cut. Although it is said that the Ares Academy recruits the most students every year, not everyone can enter the Ares Academy. According to the regulations of the institution, that is, the top 1,000 students from the Inner Palace have the qualifications to unilaterally select. The rest of the students from the foreign government not only have to choose by themselves, but also need the approval of the God of War Academy. That's right, hey, who doesn't know that the God of War Academy has the most promising future, but the rules of the school are too strict. The reason why the school designated it like this is actually because it wants to kick out those people who are pretending to be fake, so as to prevent these people from going all the way to the God of War Academy. It's meaningless at all. The God of War Academy doesn't need cowards. Well, actually, I think it's okay if you can enter the Priest Academy. After graduation, you can directly enter the major temples of the Light Alliance to become priests. If you do well, you may be able to be the Pope of those third-class sanctuaries and second-class sanctuaries of the Light Alliance Temple. Waves of shouts came, and these students seemed very excited. In Guangming Academy, how many colleges are there? Is there any difference? Fang Fan raised his eyebrows, then sighed softly. Brother Fang Fan, You don't even know this. Before you came to Guangming Academy, didn't you know about it in advance? Jianzilang Tianya from the Heavenly Sword faction of the Tianlang Sword faction blinked and asked in a bewildered expression. Fang Fan shrugged, then shook his head. Before coming, he didn't think about the future at all. Although foresight is a good thing, future events will always erupt in changes, and there is nothing that can be accomplished overnight. So Fang Fan has always had a principle, that is, he never predicts what will happen half a month later. Fang Fan even thought that he would become a god in half a month. Master, I know. I'll tell you. Yan 11, the sword girl of the Tianlang Sword School, shouted excitedly. In Guangming Academy, it is divided into 4 colleges. They are God of War Academy, Priest Academy, Refining Academy, and Research Academy. Among them, the God of War Academy has the largest number of people, and it is also the most powerful of the 4 major schools. The God of War Academy trains the purest fighters. The instructors will try their best to teach the art of killing and cutting, so that our combat effectiveness will be greatly improved. In the future after graduation, there is a high probability that you will go to work in the major legions of the Temple of the Light Alliance. Of course, if you want to be an idle warrior, no one will stop you. As for the Priest Academy, as the name suggests, it trains the clergy of the major temples of the Light Alliance. Those who perform well can even be conferred directly as the 7th rank or above priesthood of the first-class Temple of the Light Alliance when they graduate. This academy generally comes from, in other words, they are learning how to become an excellent priest, how to serve the gods, and how to acquire the beliefs of the gods. Anyway, it is a mess, and the people who enter it are basically of a relatively high level of belief. The Refining Academy is used to train alchemists and tool refiners. Although there are not many people, this academy is very important. Alchemists and tool refiners are the fundamental guarantee for logistics. As for the Research Institute, it is the institute with the lowest sense of existence in Guangming Academy. Basically, it is studying the rise and decline of some civilizations, and studying whether there is any improvement in the exercises and combat skills. There are the most bastards. Many powerful children with insufficient qualifications will put their heirs here to be gilded. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 2287. Master, which academy are you going to enter? By the way, Master, what is your faith level? If you have a high level of faith, if you enter the Priest Academy, you will have a great success in the future. Yan 11 talked a lot, and after she finished speaking, she looked at Fang Fan excitedly and said, Level of faith. It seems to be, full level. Fang Fan groaned, and then said, he remembered that he had tested his faith level when he went to the Temple of Light Alliance in the Sky Sanctuary for the first time, but he seemed to have fallen asleep in the testing room, and he slept for 3 days. After waking up, the cultivation base has also been promoted by a level. Full level. A believer in God. Master, you are too strong. Master. My God. Even in the Priest Academy of Guangming Academy, there are not many believers in God. Master, if you can enter the Priest Academy, you may be able to become the 5th rank bishop of the Temple of the Light Alliance when you graduate. No. The 4th rank bishop. While Yan 11 was talking, she said very excitedly at the side. Brother Fang Fan, although Yan 11 loves to talk nonsense, what he said just now is indeed true. Your faith is so high, it would be a pity not to enter the Priest Academy. Jianzilang Tianya, the Tianlang Sword Sect's Tianjian faction at the side, also nodded and warned. Some opportunities can't be missed at will. If you miss it, it will really be gone. Well. Don't worry about this, don't you still have 3 days to think about it? It's never too late to say. Let's go get the dormitory first. Fang Fan stretched, with a very casual expression on his face. Naturally, the refining colleges and research colleges of the 4 colleges are not in Fang Fan's consideration. As for whether to enter the priest student or the God of War Academy, for Fang Fan, there is still a little difference. One is to exercise your body, make yourself stronger, and become a more powerful practitioner. The other is to completely dedicate oneself to the illusory true God, and then can only rely on the so-called belief to survive. After entering the God of War Academy, he will enter the major legions to practice and take the route of military promotion. After entering the Academy of Priests, you will have to work hard in the physique of the Temple of the Light Alliance in the future, and you will be promoted step by step. If you really want to have a wave of salted fish, it is still very good to choose the Priest Academy. Fang Fan stretched his waist, too lazy to think too much about this issue. Let's see it later. Don't worry about tomorrow's troubles today. Fang Fan is now thinking about what it is to find a chance to return to the third-class Light Alliance temple in the Qingtian Sanctuary, and receive the reward promised by the Pope Gonggai Zhuo. At that time, the Pope Gonggai Zhuo said that as long as the examiners who go out of the third-class Light Alliance temple in the Qingtian Sanctuary can win a place for a student in the Inner Palace, they can get a reward of 100 million low-grade star cores. In addition to this, an additional conferment as a quasi-sage of the Temple of the Light Alliance in the Sky Sanctuary. A quasi-saint is lower than a saint of the second rank, but higher than a cardinal of the second rank. As long as he gets this position, Fang Fan can obediently complete the later goal of the mission latent, and then get the relevant rewards. Besides, there are about 100 heroes and legion soldiers under his command, and each person is rewarded with 100 million, which is more than 10 billion. This reward, the Pope Gonggai Zhou should give it to him. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 2288. Fang Fan thought to himself, and in an instant he had arrived at the dormitory area. The dormitory area of Guangming Academy is also divided into layers. In Guangming Academy, there are first-year Huang level students, second-year Xian level students, third-year Earth level students, and fourth-year Tian level students. Therefore, the dormitory area of Guangming Academy is divided into 4 areas: Heaven, Earth, Xian Huang. Fang Fan's freshmen were naturally placed in the yellow level area. In the yellow level area, it is divided into elite dormitories and ordinary dormitories. As the name suggests, the elite dormitories are for students from the inner government, and the ordinary dormitories are for students from the outer government. Master, I've been assigned to building number 1, building 9702. Dormitory number 2 on the 97th floor. Oh my god. It's so high. Yan 11 puffed up and complained. Fang Fan glanced at his dormitory number, 100-01. This shows that he lives in dormitory number 1 on the 100th floor. Fang Fan has seen it before. The dormitory buildings in Guangming Academy are all 100 floors, which means he lives on the top floor. Nai Yan lives in dormitory number 100-02, which is number 2 dormitory on the 100th floor. Then there is Li Yulai, she lives in dormitory number 9901, which is room 1 on the 99th floor. This should be divided according to the ranking on the previous school token leaderboard. Fang Fan ranked first, and lived in number 1 dormitory on the 100th floor of building number 1, Nai Yan ranked second, and lived in number 2 dormitory of Yi Baichen in building number 1, and so on. A divine vein is deployed under each dormitory area, and the spiritual energy provided by the divine vein is naturally exceptionally abundant, especially the spiritual energy on the top floor is the strongest and most abundant, that is to say, the higher the floor, the better. Fang Fan walked ahead and saw a long queue in front of the gate of building number 1. Now these are students who have just come to report, and they will live in soon. Fang Fan came with everyone, which naturally aroused the full attention of everyone. After all, Fang Fan has been too high profile recently. Walking in front, Fang Fan could clearly feel that there were people around him pointing and pointing. At the forefront of the team, there are several instructors in charge of the dormitory who are recording in all aspects. Fang Fan saw a familiar voice among these mentors. Manda, the third-level tutor of Guangming Academy. This woman wanted to make things difficult for Fang Fan before, but she was slapped a few times by Mirongyu and left in despair. At this moment, Manda, the third-level tutor of the Guangming Academy, is looking around, as if looking for something. Student Fang Fan. Quick, come here. Here. After seeing Fang Fan, Manda, the third-level tutor of Guangming Academy, immediately showed a happy expression on his face, and then hurriedly greeted him. Fang Fan raised his eyebrows, and the astonishment on his face grew more and more. What is this woman trying to do? Fang Fan, take it easy, the old hag might trick you. After all, you made her lose face so much before, I'm afraid you still want to get it back. We have just stepped into Guangming Academy, take it easy, you must take it easy. Or call your little lover over, and just give him a big mouth. Bai Piao babbled at the side, he meant to ask Fang Fan to call Mirongyu over. Fang Fan ignored Bai Piao and walked straight forward. If this little matter can't be handled well, why come to Guangming Academy? You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 2289. If it was before, Fang Fan really couldn't fight Manda, the third-level mentor of the Guangming Academy, without taking out the silver-armored puppet. As for now, he doesn't panic at all. There are 3 6-star Sanctuary Realm God pets as background, killing everything in seconds. Is there something wrong? Fang Fan looked at Manda, the third-level tutor of Guangming Academy, and said silently. Ha, is student Fang Fan going to check in? I've been waiting here for a long time. I'll handle it for you right away, you can go in right away. While Manda was talking, the smile on his face became more and more flattering. This looks more and more wrong. Don't you need to line up? Fang Fan raised his eyebrows and followed suit. Mentor. You can't be so unfair. That's right, teacher, we've been waiting in line for a long time. Tutor. Immediately, several students around were upset, and quickly complained. Shut up. In Guangming Academy, the strong are respected. Don't you know? Student Fang Fan is the first in the assessment, what's wrong with his priority check-in? If you have the ability, you will come back first. If you can't speak, don't babble. Manda, the third-level tutor of Guangming Academy, waved his hand and said domineeringly. What Manda said is actually correct, in Guangming Academy, the strong are indeed respected. The so-called order and rules are based on a certain level. The fairness in the general direction has been established, and the fairness in other directions is up to you to fight for. In the eyes of Manda, the third-level instructor of Guangming Academy, Fang Fan's ability to win the first place in the assessment has already shown his talent. Moreover, she also heard that Fang Fan seemed to be quite recognized and praised by Vice Palace Master Shui Wanren, and his future was boundless. Such a potential stock is not flattering now, when will we wait? She had some grievances with Fang Fan before, and she was afraid that Fang Fan would trouble her in the future. Thinking of this, the smile on Manda's face became more flattering. Student Fang Fan, this is your school card, please keep it. Here's your dormitory key. By the way, there is also a little gift prepared by the instructor for you. Also, I'm the tutor in charge of the yellow level dormitory area. If you need anything in the future, just come to me. If there is any problem living in this dormitory, let's change it to another one. It's not a big deal anyway. Student Fang Fan. These are all your friends around you, right? Come, come, I'll register for them. The earnest expression on the face of Manda, the third-level tutor of Guangming Academy, followed more and more. This is too good. Boy Fang Fan, has this woman taken a fancy to you? When there was a conflict before, this woman said that she wanted you to be her slave, and she wanted to accept you into her harem. Won't you have this kind of thought again? Speaking of it, it looks really good. Look at this figure, this butt. Bai Biao sighed in admiration. Fang Fan kicked him away. You're the only one who talks too much. So, thank you very much. He didn't reach out to hit the smiling man, and there was no great enmity between him and this woman. It's good to talk about some things. Since this woman wanted to make peace, there was no need for Fang Fan to keep pestering her. Fang Fan nodded silently, and then waved his hand for everyone to follow suit. The formalities were processed very quickly. Manda, the tutor in charge of the yellow-level dormitory area, just wanted to curry favor with Fang Fan, so naturally he would not make things difficult. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 2290. In building number 1 of the yellow-level dormitory area, there are a total of 100 floors, with 2 rooms on each floor, or 200 rooms. Fang Fan was still wondering if this is a dormitory at first. It was the first time he saw a dormitory building with only 2 rooms on the first floor. But after moving in, Fang Fan instantly understood. These are not 2 rooms, they are clearly 2 suites. All are 5-bedroom suites. 5 bedrooms, 2 living rooms and 2 bathrooms, the perfect symbol of a presidential suite. The point is, this is the standard for living alone. Tisk tisk tisk, Guangming Academy takes too much care of you elite students. Look at the decoration, and these tables and chairs, all of which are of the highest standard. All kinds of furniture are readily available. Comfortable. Bai Biao rubbed his hands together, with an excited look on his face. Building number 1 can accommodate 200 people. His previous assessment ranking was within the top 100, so he can naturally live there, but he lives on the 50th floor. On the first floor, there is also a magic circle that can be raised and lowered directly, which is extremely convenient. When he came to the top floor, a strong aura burst out suddenly, and Fang Fan could clearly feel that the aura here was several times stronger than that on the first floor. It's good to know that the richness of aura on the first floor is several times that of ordinary places in Guangming Academy. No wonder everyone cut their heads off to go to Guangming Academy. This level of aura alone is not something ordinary forces can possess. Fang Fan raised his eyebrows, and then sighed from the side. At this moment, apart from himself, there are Bai Biao, Yan 11 and others in his room. They seem quite relaxed when they get together. Huh. Master, there is a storage ring on the table in your room. Whose is this? Yan 11 walked forward bouncingly, and while talking, the curious look on her face became more and more. Storage ring. Fang Fan opened it and found that there were actually 1 billion low-grade star cores inside. Wow! So many star cores, who abandoned them here? It shouldn't be, normal people won't discard their storage ring. Yan 11 blinked and said with a cute face. Fang Fan's mind was slightly silent, and he suddenly remembered what Manda, the third-level tutor of Guangming Academy, had said to him at the bottom of the dormitory building, saying that he had prepared a small gift for him. Could it be that this little gift is the billion low-grade star cores? This shot is indeed generous enough. Fang Fan can think of this, so can others. At this moment, Bai Biao's eyes suddenly brightened. Wipe. Boy Fang Fan, earn blood. That Manda is still a rich woman. Damn it. It's 1 billion if you get started. Is this how the stewards earn star cores so quickly? Boy Fang Fan, if you don't, just commit yourself and forget about tens of thousands of years of hard work. Bai Biao sighed in admiration, while talking, then nodded in agreement. This guy just watched the excitement and didn't think it was a big deal. I see you have said it so many times, could it be that you really fell in love with that Manda? If you want to be her servant, I can recommend you. Fang Fan glanced at Bai Biao, and immediately blocked him with one sentence. Bai Biao scratched her scalp and smiled silly. I have a good stomach, so I don't need to eat soft rice. Bai Biao said solemnly. You can eat soft rice hard. Fang Fan shrugged and continued to reply.